is that a star sapphire? Look at that. Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, what I like to do is to create videos that I would have found helpful when I first got out looking for treasure. Things like, hopefully, what's inside this bag. Now, you may be a regular viewer of mine, and if you are, you've seen this bag before. But I can tell you, you haven't. Bit of a sad story. A friend of mine's dad passed, and he's been going through his stuff. Now, if you've watched the other videos in this series, you saw the first bag. Turns out there was at least one more in his stuff, which is this bag. So if you saw the rest of the series, you know that this could contain basically anything. And it's important to know that these are things that are, they matter to the family. So this stuff is not going to be sold. And if you have comments, I would love to hear them because they're things that he needs to know about these things. So I'm not sure what's in here. When I peeked in, I saw watches. So this first video, because I don't know that I can get through all of this in one video, it is heavy. I'm guessing there's coins down in here. But the first video, we're just going to start pulling stuff out until we sort of hit time, and then we will we'll pause and start up another video. So I think when I peeked in here, there were a lot of watches. So let's, oh man, is there stuff in here? Is that rings? Looks like rings, coins, and watches. So why don't we put these coins back in here? I think if I see this right, 19... This feels like the rest of this might be coinage. Maybe. What do we have here? For the coin, or for video, I'll take the feedback based on your previous coin videos, and we'll just make some videos that are just strictly coins, I think, because we have so much to go through here. We'll try to figure out what's in here. Oh. 1896, 14th Annual Encampment, Department of Washington and Alaska GAR. Well, that's pretty cool. And we also have Stevenson and Kefauver. I'm not sure who that is. Little tip, when you find a box like this, always just double check underneath. You never know what might also be lurking under there. All right, so what we will do now is we'll start in on watches. All right, let me get this stuff out of the way. All right, so I did slightly more digging while the camera was paused, just to make sure I was getting all the watches out. I see something that says gold filled here. What I would like to do is put all the coins in. Now, I think the rest is just coins, so we're probably going to have a couple coin videos out of this, so stay tuned for those. And this, I think, is the rest of the stuff. We'll see how much of this we can get through. Oh, there's coins everywhere. But why don't we start with this little bag that says gold filled. Oh. So this is old gold-filled glasses. Look at that. Broken. It looks like it's mostly just the gold-filled. And these actually are definitely worth grabbing if you're out and about and you see them cheap. They will typically be marked as gold-filled, and gold-filled material has a fair bit of value. These, I think, maybe even better than a lot of other gold-filled material. People seem to really go for them. I'm thinking that they might have quite a lot of gold involved in them, but as you can see here, we have the mark there, 110 12 karat. A lot of them are that, but yeah, they definitely have value. I think they're going for a little over $2 a gram on eBay right now. So yeah, my buddy's dad definitely knew what had some value. Let's see here. What do we have in here? It's a pocket watch. It's got some paper too. Now, I do not know a great deal about watches. Learning a little bit here and there. This is Elgin, it looks like. Elgin Watch Company. Looks like a nice porcelain dial. I'm not seeing this as being a precious metal necessarily. Maybe. If you've watched any of my videos, you know you can get white gold. I do believe I need to grab a case knife, don't I? On an old watch like this, generally what will happen is underneath here, on this backside, it will tell you what the material is. And I think in theory, well, you know what though? I think we can see what we got right here. I don't think we need to open it up yet. See right there? You can see where the plating is coming up, I think. Right there. Well, maybe not. You see how it has a flash in there? Maybe it is a solid material. It might be nickel silver or something. Okay, let me see if I can go figure out what I did with my case knife. Ah, we found it. If this case knife actually works, I'll put a link in the description. I was told by one of my fantastic regular commenters, you know who you are, that I need to buy a case knife. So I did. Is it a good one? No. Is it extremely cheap? Yes. Well, should that work? I think so, because basically it just goes in and you just pop it open, I think. Or there should be... Does this... Oh. That's why it had those. It's a screw off. Don't use a case knife on a watch that screws off. I'm glad I didn't mess too much with it. Oh, there we go. All right, wow. Aren't these pretty? Man, what a beautiful thing. Elgin National Watch Company. Love that blue, those screws there. I think they call it niter blue. Now this will tell us if it's a precious metal. It says silveroid. I am unfamiliar with silveroid. I'm guessing you can probably all just punch that into Google, and what you're going to come up with, more than likely, in my opinion, is probably going to be some form of nickel silver. I think that's probably what we got here. Let's see what the note says. This watch will be 100 years old in 1989. Fox River Bond Cotton. So, we're filming this in 2025. So, can we do the math? I don't know if I can do the math. What's that, 136 years old? If I'm mathing correctly. Now, I did mention my buddy just came and is visiting and brought this stuff. What I didn't mention is that we are a few beers in, so. But I needed a little, I just had to dig into this, you know? Treasure. What do you got here? Oh, This is a list of Lincoln pennies. And a napkin. What we have a bracelet that says George A. Killian. It's got a nice shine to it, but I'm thinking that is not gold. For a few reasons. One, this kind of latch. I've never seen gold with this kind of latch. And if you look here at the engraving, do you see how it's black down in the engraving? That would indicate to me that this is gold plate or maybe some form of rolled gold or gold fill. And when they engraved it, they got down through whatever the plating on the surface was. Often these will tell you what they're made of, but oh, there it is. Look at that. Very, very hard to see. 12K gold fill, something gold fill. So that's a gold fill piece. Cool. All right, what do we got here? We have a Benrus, self-winding. Boy, just picking it up, it tries to go, doesn't it? Yeah. Oh, interesting. I've never seen a stretchy band like that. Waterproof, self-winding stainless steel, dust-proof. It's a nice little watch. Now, I don't learn well unless I get to handle things and own them and sort of live with them. So my watch knowledge is somewhat limited. I have other watch videos on the things that I have found, and I'm slowly learning watches a little bit. The Gruen Curvex, that's cool. I'm guessing that's why it's a Curvex. So we have a gold back, which is a good sign for a gold watch, but I think I can read it there. Yep, 10 karat gold filled. So that's a neat watch, that is. I like that. I wonder if it works. Nope. All right, what else we got? We gonna find any gold watches? Another Benrus. Is it gonna be gold? Generally, when they've got a stainless back, they're not. Oh, yeah. So this one tells you 14K gold electroplate bezel. So 14 karat plate, which you can definitely see some of the plate coming off there. So that is one of the things I've liked about a lot of watches is generally they tell you if they're gold. Now it can be hard to figure out where it tells you. When the kids are going back to school, as of filming this, they're going back to school tomorrow. So I will try to make some more videos, and one is going to be looking for gold markings on the few watches that I have. So keep an eye out for that if you're interested. A Britix, looks like a kind of a military style watch. But it's very small. And I don't think it's working. Swiss made. Oh. What else do we have in here? Timex. Used to be a watch, isn't in there anymore. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that dial. Elgin self-winding, and boy, is it. Just me picking it up or walking around with a bag got it going. Looks like it's stainless. Yep, stainless steel. That is a cool looking dial. I like that one. All right, what else we have in here? This is Van Buren. Yeah, I'm not gonna. Look at this. It's definitely seen better days. I think this watch is probably gold filled. You see here, you can see the outer plate, like rolled gold or gold filled. You can see the material underneath. So that one's not going to be solid. You can already see there's two different materials. Wow, that watch has definitely seen better days. I don't know what it was. Oh, it was a Gruen. Oh, and you can see right here, this is gold fill. You see where you have the gold and then another material right there? So yeah, and you can see high edge wear. Actually, gold fill, it's nice when you got something that's like kind of worn like this, because then you can see right off that it was gold fill. What do we have here? We have a West Clocks. And then last but not least for watches, we have a Waltham pocket watch. The crystal, some of the dials are long since gone. Doesn't look like they're in the box here. You think this one twists off? Or does it just pop off? It's basically already off. American Waltham USA Traveler. Yeah, if this were gold or anything, it would tell you right there. Although it has been serviced a few times. See those little scratches in there? Those are watchmaker marks from the times that this actually has been back and been fixed by somebody. So this watch definitely saw use for quite some time. Okay, watch is done. Didn't really see anything of particular value in there that I'm aware of. But, you know, oh, there's a ring. We're going to put that with the other rings. But if I did miss something, please let me know. I got to say, I've seen a lot of Gruens. I don't know that I've seen Ben Roos, personally. Maybe there is some value there. I would appreciate a comment if you have one. All right, so a bunch of rings in here. There's some, there's some coins, quarters. All right, we'll set that aside for now. We'll have a look at that. Oh, we've got another pocket watch, and then I think we're done with watches, and we'll go to the rings. Did we already look at this one? Nope. Another Elgin, looks like. Yep. Definitely had some kind of issue there with the dial. You can see on this case right here that we've got gold fill. See how you got all that copper, and then the gold is showing up. So all that copper coming through. And keep in mind, sometimes, like with something that's silver, you can get tarnish that looks like that. But this looks more like gold already. Does this one screw off? Can we see? Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful thing. Look at that. $19 jewels. B.W. Raymond, Elgin, Illinois. Safety barrel, 19 joules. Ah, that's cool. It is hard not to love watches. Now in here we're going to have a gold fill mark of some variety. Yep. Guaranteed 20 years. So this is quite thick plating on here. So for this to have worn through means somebody carried this a lot. In fact, I think you can see there was even engraving on it that's worn smooth. And I believe, and you can correct me if you know, but from what I've seen, I think generally some of the standardized markings for gold fill, at least here in America, are things like 1/10 12K or 1/10, 10 carat or 1/20th. Those are two very common. And I believe that the 1/10 is pretty analogous to the 20-year warranty, and the 1/20th is the 10-year warranty. And that's a warrant that says if you use this regularly every day for 20 years, you won't wear through the gold. So that means that, assuming the guarantee is true, that somebody carried this for more than 20 years. Pretty cool. I don't know how much value is in these. Most of the time, these things just seem to get scrapped for the gold value. Speaking of gold value, shall we? This doesn't. You can see this one is just plate. Looks like it's just plate. Yeah. Oh yeah. 10 carat. GF. ESPO. Oh, so it's gold fill at least. So a little bit nicer. And shall we have a look-see at these rings? I think we've got kind of a little jackpot situation going on in here by the looks of it. So if you've been doing this for a while, tinkering around with gold and silver and whatever, you look at a pile like this and go, just at a whim, you'll say something like, okay, silver, 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 silver. We already know that one's gold fill. And then the rest of these look at a glance to be gold. But you know what? We'll find out here in a second. Looks like we got a little silver ring here. Probably. Sometimes these aren't marked. But I see nothing to indicate that this is anything other than silver. At a glance, let's double check it with the magnet. Yeah. That's going to be a little silver, and I'm not sure what the stone is. Maybe a turquoise? But that'll end up being silver. Let's go down there. Silver. But you know what? Even though I think it is, it's not marked as such. I wonder if all this is going to end up being unmarked silver. But I see nothing in here to indicate anything other than a little bit of silver. It's got the right color. Kind of the right thinness, kind of the right damage. Definitely silver ring. But are any of these going to be marked? Did he put all his unmarked silver in here? Oh, no. No, there we go. We've got one that's sterling. Sterling, and then the maker's mark looks like. Is that, looks like a little trading post. Is that Bell Trading? I am not very good with my Native American jewelry. Look at that little guy. So at first I thought this one was silver. But looking at it now, still think it's silver. Yep. Sterling. Can you make that out? We should be able to fix that on the, you know what? Let's see if I can fix it right here. Okay, so I have this right here, and I'm not being too aggressive with it. I just sort of forced it on. If you've got like a rubber mallet, you can tap it down a little bit, and you can repair a ring like this. Let's see if we just did the job here. I think we did. Yeah, more or less. Also, we can check to see what size it is. It is a 2, maybe 2 1/4, maybe 2 1/2, almost. It's a very small ring. Cute. I wonder, what do you folks think? You think that stone is a ruby? I didn't quite fix it. Well, I might have to break out a mallet. But we have, I was at a garage sale and I got a new UV LED. Let's see, I think it might be a garnet. Yeah, I think that's a garnet. It would be glowing more if it were a ruby, like I suspect. Yeah, so like this right here, that stone. See how it starts to glow? In fact, if I hit a couple lights here, all right, I'm going to turn the light completely out. Yeah, see? Real bright. That's, I think I got a lower setting on this thing. Yeah. So, yep. That one is a ruby. Let's turn on our lights again. And I think this one, as I, oh, come on, light. There we go. Okay. Now my camera's happy again. I think this one that I grabbed, the reason I grabbed it was I think this is gold. You might think that's silver at first, but I think this one is probably going to be like 10 karat. Yeah, there we go. 10 karat. So that is a nice little mother's ring. And it'd be interesting. I'll have to find out if maybe that was a mother's ring or grandmother's ring from his family. Not sure. If you watched my previous videos, there was also a lot of like pawn shop buying with his dad and grandpa, and then metal detecting. I don't know that this is metal detecting stuff though. Maybe this one was. I'm not even sure what's going on here. I'm not even sure if that's, yep, sterling. A little bit of scrap sterling there. This one I thought was unusually shiny, but it might be rhodium plated. But given the quality of the stuff in here, maybe it's something else. I don't know. Let's hit it with a magnet. Nope, it's nothing. It's just a steel ring. Okay, that looks like silver, probably. No markings. Maybe alpaca, but I think that's probably silver. We don't really have to test this stuff though, because it is most likely his daughters are going to claim this. So, all right, let's get into the gold here, or possible gold. This is another shiny one. Nope. So That shiny one isn't. That's gold though. Look at that. What do we have there? GAK 3747. And then we have 14K. That looks very much like a wedding ring, doesn't it? I think we're in family rings. His last name starts with a K, so I'm guessing that was a wedding ring we'll be able to sort out here. D. That's gold. Look at that. Oh, nice thing too is you can see the inside. If this were fill, it would be a different material inside, but it appears to be the same material, I think. Maybe it's gold fill. No, it's 10 karat. Yeah, 10K. Looks like it's got a little bit of rose gold on top of the yellow gold there. Look at that. And a lot of these cutoff rings are like somebody had a problem, a hospital, ring needed to be cut off, things like that. They're fairly common that you find. All right, we get another teeny tiny little guy. So this is probably gold, and you can tell just from these little like micro scratches. And then if you look at the engraving of the BB here, or RB, or RR, I don't know. The more I look at it, the less I know. But I do know that you're not exposing any other metals when you get to that engraving. So you're definitely looking at a bit of gold here, and then you can see you can look for the mark. What do we have there? 10K. Yeah, it's 10K. A and Z 10K. Yep. Cool. We're definitely looking at a bunch of gold here for him. 10K, 10K, 14K. We might as well get a weight on this before the video ends, huh? Give him a notion of what it's worth with the record high gold price. Is it record high? It's pretty high right now. There, we're also looking at definitely a gold wedding band. You got the micro scratching. We don't have any signs of any kind of plate coming through. And then after you feel like you know what it is, you can check for verification. 14 karat. I definitely like to make my mind up about a piece of gold before I start looking for the marking, and use the marking as a confirmation, because there are fake marks. Oh, this is pretty. Look at this. Got some nice little diamonds in there. So, knowing his wife, this is her style. I definitely need to keep this one out because she's going to want to wear this. And we are looking at 14 karat. Goes in our little 14 karat pile there. Oh, is that a star sapphire? Look at that. Wow. That's cool. I'm thinking diamond and gold. I don't know anything about star sapphires in terms of value, but that's pretty cool. 10 karat right there. Look at that. Is that what this one is too? Nope, that looks like a bit of jade. And again, we're looking at the same, we're looking at gold here again. It's dirty, it's old, it's been around, but we don't see any plate coming through anywhere. We got the micro scratches, and then we got another piece of 10 karat. What does it say in terms of a name there? Spring. So a little inclusion inside of that. That's pretty neat. Kind of like a knot. Yeah, his wife's going to be a happy camper, to be certain. This looks, again, gold. Micro scratches, old, been around for a while. No plate coming through, and check, yep, 10kp, which is 10K plum, not 10K plate. And 10K plum should mean that it's spot on 10 karat. Should mean that. But, all right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this video. We got some neat things in there. Started off the video with a cool metal annual encampment, a bunch of watches. You probably, I know my stacker buddies out there like it when we get a weight, and I also want to be able to give my buddy a bit of a value on this gold. So let's check our 14 karat here. I think gold is 110 a gram. And I don't have a calculator, so what we'll do is we'll just record how much the stuff weighs. So in terms of 14 karat, we have 14.87 grams. And then in terms of 10 karat, we have 15, so 14 and 15 basically. 14 and a half and 15, or 14.87 and 15 grams. That's a lot of money. That's a fairly significant amount of money. Now, that said, I know his wife, and she is absolutely going to be wearing that, and where did the other one go? And wearing that. And I don't blame her. If anyone can tell me anything about the Star Sapphire, and if that is what it is, because that is just cool. With that, I will leave you. We'll do, I'm guessing based on how many coins are down in there, we'll do 2 coin videos. I got a lot of feedback from my previous coin videos, and I will attempt to go through it methodically so you can see everything. For my regular jewelry viewers, if you see one of the coin videos, it may not be your cup of tea. For my stacker friends and coin collectors, I'm hoping that I can do the coins justice for you. So that's what I will attempt to do. So keep an eye out for those videos. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe. It really helps me out. And most importantly, I hope that in this video you learned something and you can use it to go out and find yourself some treasure.